Yeah.
and we allow all the participants
Mm.
to just show sportsmanship in the spirit. Either you are agree with the result or you
Mm.
don't agree with the result.
Yeah.
As far as the winner has been declared,
Mm.
just show sportsmanship. There can always be another day.
Yeah, exactly. All right, we'll begin straight from Egypt 2023. That is talking about the under 20 AFCON. The Flying Eagles will be up against the Young Cranes of Uganda. That is tomorrow in the quarterfinal, one of the quarterfinal matches. And Coach Ladan Bosso is actually sounding very, very confident ahead of that encounter. And he said his man believes that man has what it takes to, emerge victorious in that duel. According to him, he said before we left our training camp in Morocco, the NFF president, Alhaji Ibrahim Musa Gusau, told us clearly that the first objective should be getting a ticket to the FIFA World Cup. We are at the first important stage now, and we can't afford to falter. We are aware that Nigerians are looking up to us to deliver while our mission remains bagging the World Cup ticket. We are also eyeing the trophy, of course, and like he said, he believes that they have what it takes to neutralize the Ugandans. Basically, in this kind of matches, like we always say on paper, when you consider Nigeria, Uganda, you consider, football pedigree of country, say the Flying Eagles should be able to get the job done. But like we always say, football is actually played on the pitch. You might do all the permutations and all of that, but it depends on the site, step up him on the day that eventually emerges victorious.
Yeah, you are absolutely right. Football is no longer what it used to be when we say, okay, well, this is just there's no more minors in the game of football.
Yeah,
And like rightly say, if you look it down on the paper, you definitely, if you want to go on the betting or you want to go any of the bet side company, you definitely say,
yeah.
well, so you don't even need to think twice. Well, I put my money on Nigeria, but you may be wrong sometimes because football is no longer 1+1 that will
Exactly.
give you equal to two. So it is now about it's a game with 11 versus 11 on the pitch, and it's a game of tactical versus tactical from the both side
Exactly.
of the bench,
Yeah.
and it's also the game of well, the best side might be victorious at the end of the day. Yeah, but Ladan Bosso is sounded confident, believing that trusting his boy that he has a boys to do the job, to get the job done. And the good thing is that this is their fourth match in this competition.
Yeah.
They are going to play their fourth match, and the same thing goes with Uganda. So obviously, in the same tournament, both sides have the opportunity to have also watched the previous match played by each of their opening, played by their opening respectively. So and they feel that going by his own judgment and going by his own feeling, watching the Uganda the way they are playing in their group stage, he feel that he has all it takes to neutralize Uganda, and Uganda cannot be a stopping block in his dream to pick the World Cup ticket,
Exactly.
which to him is the ultimate charge, he
Yeah.
is the ultimate target first, and then you talk of the first one before you talk of the second one. So to achieve the first target, which is World Cup ticket, there has Uganda standing in between the ticket. So and for him, not actually they need to neutralize Uganda to give way and let them pick the World Cup ticket. So that is the desires of every Nigerian. Every Nigerians are finally behind him and urging him to go all the way. But however, like we see yesterday, he is going to meet the captain Bambi, and we hope that Bambi will not be just a minor for the team. Whoever the young lad that is coming in his place should be able to to add more and support the team to get the job done.
Yeah.
So we feel like we say, no doubt about it. Apart from the earlier upset, earlier shock to Senegal, Ladan Bosso and his boy has practically proved that they have what to talk. But one thing that a lot of Nigerians are not too convinced and not too comfortable about the Bosso side
Yeah.
is their lack of effectiveness in the front of goal.
Yeah.
If you look at the match against Mozambique, that game ought to have ended exactly 6-0. But they wasted several chances, several begging the opportunity, begging for you to just score the ball. But they couldn't command the conduct. They were so wasteful in front of goal, managed to score only 2 goals. We hope that he should be able to identify these errors and correct these errors. I think they have enough time. They have had enough time from Friday to tomorrow. That's almost about 6 days for him to collect most of these ladders. And I hope he must have talked to his lad and his boys to ensure that they make use of the opportunity. This is the game of football. Especially in the knockout stage, you don't have a second chance. Every chance that comes your way, you need to take it. And if you fail to take it, you have yourself to blame.
All right. Still on the AFCON, but this time the coach of the Egyptian under 20 is actually making some serious allegations there because, according to him, he believes that the likes of Nigeria and Senegal were only able to overcome his side simply because, both countries parade what he calls overaged players. According to him, he said most African teams have players who are over the age required to be able to play in this competition. These teams have many players with fake ages. The Senegalese goalkeeper, for example, seems older, as well as Nigeria's number three player, that's Agbalaka, who seems too old, and other players from Nigeria. So, well, make of that for what you want to be, but I mean, I don't know how to put this statement, but I think he's stating what a lot of us, know, not trying to run down any African team, but I mean, this is nothing new. Maybe to him, it might be a shock because, I mean, he was the one who was on the pitch, saw them at close quarters, and he might be feeling that, hey,
Well,
I mean,
in as much I'm not trying to defend anyone or
yeah,
defending defensive, but the obvious thing is you can't beat a child and stop and ask him not to cry. He's a victim of the situation. He
oh,
got beaten by
exactly.
Senegal and got beaten by Nigeria,
Hmm.
and ultimately, ordinarily in any level, you expect Egypt to go for in any competition
Hmm.
within the by African context. You expect Egypt is one of the football nation in football nation that is reckoned with in
Yeah.
African football. And if they are hosting it, not even hosting it, whatever anyway they are playing, you expect Egypt to make a strong statement in the competition. But obviously, they are playing at home, but in the group stage, within the second round, they could not even manage to be one of the best players to get to the next round of the competition. So obviously, he's angry that they are get beaten, but for his allegation that they paraded over age players, and this, I think that is less for CAF to go into that allegation. But one thing that before this competition, a lot of all the players were being tested by MRI test,
Yeah.
and to ensure that they are within the age limit. To ensure that, but one thing is that yes, if you look at the Egyptian, some of them because of their natural status, they may look younger. And this side of Africa, because of our malnutrition and issues, so you can see so inside of 10 years looking like 10, 15 years because of the malnutrition or issues. Uh, but it's particular pain by Agbalaka because Agbalaka scored the goal that hurt him. But forever is not for we. What he's saying is if CAF feel he has a point, he's left for CAF to go into the issues.
Yeah, I mean, like you rightly said, these players are usually subjected to
MRI
MRI
test.
test and all that. I remember if you could say maybe some couple of years back where you see players who you completely know that, these were over age. Because I can't remember what year was that when some players had been invited to camp and after the MRI test, virtually almost more than half of them were sent packing from the camp, because clearly they were far above that
the
age, So like these allegations actually, I believe CAF too.
He's very wealthy. He's very,
Yeah.
I think he's led for CAF
Mm.
if he just I think he's just talked to the media. But if he lodge a complaint to CAF, well, I think CAF will, in all honesty, will go into the issues and then probably call this and look at it. Look at it again.
Yeah.
If obviously, if maybe if the MRI test fail, and then let's look at it. But me, I feel he's been cry as a victim of the situation.
Well, I mean, like you rightly said, after all, they are hosting the tournament, and you
And they're
expect
already
that exactly. You expect that they go far in the tournament, but already looks like that will not be the case. Anyway, we'll move on from there down to another story where Nigeria's forward Samuel Chukwueze was included in the La Liga team of the week following his impressive performance in his team's 2-1 home win against Getafe on Monday. Of course, he plays for Villarreal and he was also in target in their last league game. He scored first goal and provided the assist for their winner to help the side and a run of four straight defeats. Well, as a result of that, he was included in, the La Liga team of the week, and the win against Getafe moved Villarreal up to seventh on 34 points, and 8 points from fourth place. That is the Champions League spot for Villarreal. You might say that well, could it be the loss of their coach, but for his side who went to I think quarterfinals or
Semi-final.
semi-final of the Champions League last time, but this time around really
2 seasons ago.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but this season really struggling in La Liga. Well, could it be that the departure of Emery to because he was the coach there to Aston Villa is responsible?
Yeah, you can't rule that. You can't rule that out completely because there was the synergy and there's a family affairs between him and the player. And now, even our own Sukwezi, if you the form or he was what with
Mm,
2020 to 2021 was he was on fire form, but it's good that he's gradually coming back to his normal form again
yeah,
and he's back in England and then making it a legal team of the week. Yes, to me, it's a no more. It's an impressive feat because there are several players in La Ligas, and if in La Liga that boasts several key players, and you will break into the league, be one of the best team, one of the first 11 in of the week, is not a small feat.
yeah.
And congratulations to Sukuijis, and we're happy that he is gradually coming back to his form. More importantly, that we're having a form qualifier coming up
Exactly. Very soon.
very
Yeah.
soon against
This month. This month actually.
this month
Mm,
against Guinea-Bissau,
mm.
and so with him from the wing and they having to in the centers and they definitely add more impetus and more striking force in the Super Eagles lineup. But for Ligue Birales, well, sometimes a lot of things happen in football. It depended on how they react in the transfer market, in the summer market, and then so if you allow some of the players to go and you don't bring key and more equal measures of the
Exactly.
players
Yeah.
to come, it definitely affect your performance. And this is now also allowing the coach to leave. But if you can see, if you can look at the result in the last 4 matches, they maintain unbeaten run
Yeah.
in the last 4 match.
Mm.
It shows that they are gradually coming back to where they are.
Yeah, gradually. All right, we'll quickly go on a break and then we'll come back. Spot Orbit continues. Don't go nowhere.
For sponsorship and advert placements, please contact 08036886158. Last Word Leadership Podcast Studio. You have the last word.
Sports Orbit. We make the world go round.
All right, welcome back from that break. It's still Sports Orbit. To some other news where former Chelsea midfielder Emmanuel Petit has urged his former club to sign Victor Osimhen this summer. Chelsea have struggled in front of goals this season with the likes of Kai Havertz, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, Armando Broja, and Detro Fofana failing to deliver the goods. Osimhen has enhanced his reputation with his impressive display for Syria leaders Napoli this season. He has so far scored 19 goals in 20 league appearances, a fantastic record. And Petit believe he's the man to help the Blues solve their goal scoring crisis. He said, "If I was Chelsea, I would go for Osimhen over the likes of Marcus Thuram. There's a striker's curse at Chelsea, but someday this will be broken and he could do it." And absolutely correct. Since Drogba actually left Chelsea, I think the only striker who came and had some sort of impact was Diego Costa.
Yes,
And there's
standout
always
strikers.
yes, and there's always been this something they always say about the strikers' course at Chelsea because over the years, prolific strikers have come through at Stamford Bridge, but you see these players playing very well, the likes of Shevchenko, the likes of Higuain, doing wonders, but once they come to Chelsea, they become a shadow of themselves. And it was until Drogba came, did very well since he left, and Costa then, after then, even Torres couldn't, quite
Yeah.
apart from maybe helping them score some crucial goals that led them to one or two titles, but Chelsea hasn't had good with strikers over the years.
Yeah, it has always been the issue, just like you rightly say,
Mm,
since Drogba left and the coach that you mentioned that came out to deliver some goods,
mm.
you had, let's say, a very standout sexy striker that you can pick on, that was a star standout
Yeah,
striker. And but like Betty's is origin, well, we feel, but it depends on the club and their wishes and
exactly.
who they want. We know Chelsea owners, the new owners Chelsea
Mm.
are as good as anybody.
Exactly.
Just get mention of a player
Yes,
that
and,
is
and they
what
go all out.
is ready to go
Mm.
there for the money. But I think even as far as more players are urging Simba to go here, urging this club to go for
Mm.
Simba and his agents to also look out for this club very well.
Exactly.
So because sometimes you can be on the right form, you can be
Mm.
on the right
Mm.
form, moving going forward. I don't know if you make a wrong move,
Might go to a club that is not
that
just.
is not just fitting
Mm.
fitting for you, or you
Exactly.
may have go for a coach that is not even have a life for you.
Mm.
So a player has to also be careful the way those agents or those players are suggesting that go. But it's good it's good for cement for having a player like Betis, get him recognized and that he's a good striker.
Mm.
To me it's a more motivation for it's a motivation for Simba to keep on fire doing what he's doing
Yeah,
and being liking several players has liking him to Drogba and the way he does his thing. Even though him and Drogba don't look alike in terms of
exactly.
stature, but
Yeah.
Osimhen have showed that he is ever present off
Mm.
strikers, very fit, he has his strength, has his stamina, and have the speed. So and which is some of the attributes that Drogba also have. But to me, I was to skip to say severally, this season will definitely be the last season of Osimhen will definitely play in
Very well.
Napoli. But we
Mm.
hope that if the time eventually comes, he want to move, or we want like he make the right that will improve
Exactly.
his career, not
Very well.
that will affect his career. We want him either the Man U, Chelsea, or Liverpool, Real Madrid, or whichever way that I was looking for him.
Mm.
But if I'm to forget, I'll prefer him to see going to Real Madrid if it's
Mm.
possible.
All right, to another Nigerian player this time, Kelechi Iheanacho, who is completely disappointed with his team, Leicester City, after they were knocked out of the FA Cup by Blackburn Rovers at home at the King Power Stadium last night. For him, he said, "I'm so disappointed. I don't even have the words now, especially because we were at home. We did our bit, but it was not enough. If you don't do what you have to do, you get punished. We just have to look forward to the Premier League and do better." For Leicester City, will now shift attention to this weekend's Premier League clash against Southampton. So for Leicester City, when you look at that pairing against Blackburn, who are currently in the championship, you expect that to get the job done, but they actually lost that one 2-1 at home to Blackburn.
Yeah, this is one of the characteristics of the FA Cup,
Mm.
where we see a minor team or even sometimes even the amateur team coming from
Exactly.
nowhere,
Yeah.
offsetting a big team.
Mm.
And just like if you put it on the table, and because Leicester City after a shaking start to their campaign this season, have gradually picked up. If you watch their last match against Arsenal, Arsenal
Mm.
narrowly escaped that match, and even in the FA Cup this season, like the like of Iheanacho has proved show fantastic form, scoring numbers of goals, and at the point that one feel that they should be able to replicate what they did 2 years ago when they won the FA Cup. But unfortunately, you just never lost it to a Blackburn team, not even have a second chance to go for another replay.
Exactly.
So, but it's really unfortunate, and just like he feel disappointed about the situation, but it has happened. There's nothing you can do about it. It's led for them now to focus on the league, just like rightly say, and ensure that they end the season well.
All right, we'll take a look at results of FA Cup matches, that played yesterday, and some other matches will go down today. Like you said, Leicester lost that one 2-1 yesterday to Blackburn Rovers, while for course United will take on West Ham later on today in the FA Cup. fourth round. They'll actually be playing at home to Old Trafford later on today. So if we have those fixtures, let's quickly look at the results and fixtures of matches. All right, we'll move away from that. But United will be in action against West Ham United in one of the matches. Down to other stories, a fallout from the FIFA Best Award where Real Madrid defender Daniel Alaba actually received racist abuse by some Real Madrid supporters after it was revealed that he voted for Lionel Messi at the FIFA Best Award as instead of voting his teammate Karim Benzema. So I mean, he had said that regarding the Best FIFA Award, the Australian national team will vote for this award as a team, not me alone. That's according to him. Everyone in the team council is able to vote, and that's how it's decided. Everyone knows, especially Karim, how much I admire him and his performance. And I've often said that for me, he's the best striker in the world. So I really don't know because he said it wasn't a personal decision. It was the team. It was national team by national team. So in this case, maybe the captain of the team, for instance, will now, so. But because he belongs to that team and he's been subjected to say, or are they fans so taken to him that he would have influenced his team to vote for Benzema? Or I really don't understand how football fans behave sometimes.
Whichever way, but
Mm.
sometimes what you get one thing everybody have to you need to understand in the game of football. The fact that I play with you.
With you might not be my best player.
You may not,
exactly.
it's about every individual personal
Very well.
and personal.
Very well.
So Alaba came into Real Madrid as a player, as a defender, a defender. So and he doesn't have a choice to influence whoever comes to Real Madrid to come and play. But he came to Real Madrid and met Benzema as his teammate. He may still have his preference among who he feels is the best players on the continent. So it doesn't mean that the fact that because he played with Benzema, it's not about sentiment.
Yeah.
It's about express what you really feel is right. And even like he said that it's not about his personal decision. Well, just like he tried to explain, it's a collective decision of the Australian national team. But after Australian national team, everybody put their thought together. He, as a captain of the team, now carry that thought and vote on behalf of the team.
Yeah.
But the Madrid fans are feel that he stamped them by not voting for one of their own to my champion, to my world best. But however, I think the fans don't need to be angry about this kind of situation. It's just like I said, the fact that he played with Benzema does not mean that he should choose Benzema ahead of he feels his own man. He's the best.
And I mean, whether he had team or voted, I mean, it would have been a surprise for everybody if, Messi did not even emerge as a player. I mean, this is a FIFA award. You know what Messi did in the World Cup. Exactly. So there's really no justification. So back to our FA Cup matches. Of course, United will be up against West Ham, Sheffield United against Tottenham, while Liverpool will host Wolves. Of course, there'll also be an EPL game tonight where Everton will be in action against Everton. Okay, Arsenal at the Emirates hosting Everton tonight in one of their standing matches. Remember, Everton in the reverse fixture. They actually dented,
Arsenal hope.
hope. So
Arsenal is there to recover from that.
exactly.
Defeat,
So I'm sure Arsenal will be out for blood tonight.
Yes, after Arsenal lose that 3 points at the Goodison Park, then came to the Emirates Stadium, then drop another 2 points against I can't recall it now. They drop another
against Brentford.
The Brentford. So and now here again, Everton is making a trip to Arsenal. So Arsenal needs to be very, very careful.
Exactly.
And I think this match is one of the Arsenal outstanding matches that is standing.
Yeah.
One of the outstanding match they are holding. So Arsenal needs result in this match and not to feel. They have to play this game with the mindset that they want to win and not to play the Rams and this they want to revenge. No, they have their mindset and play their normal game and ensure that they get the result. Because if Arsenal fail to get the result against this party and what happened again, obviously they don't affect Arsenal tied to ambition.
Of course, that match comes up 8:45 p.m. Nigerian time, and we will be keeping an eye on it tomorrow. Hopefully, we'll give you results of that match and news about other sporting events all over the world. So, with that, we call it a day on today's episode of Sports Orbit. So, thank you once again for being in the studio.
Thank you.
All right, tomorrow is another day. Join us again, 4 p.m. Nigerian time. Until then, my name is Alpha Acho. Do stay safe out there, and it's bye for now.
Thank you for watching. For sponsorship and advert placements, please contact 080-3688-6158. Last Word Leadership Podcast Studio. You have the last word.